Hi friends, I'm the unicorn, Scotland's national animal, and I'm here to guide you through the magic of Scottish stories, traditions and tunes. Welcome back to our series, Scotland in Our Backyard, in partnership with North Carolina Humanities. Hi there, magical friends. It's me, Ewan the Unicorn, your sparkly guide to all things Scottish and stylish. And today, we've got something very special. A visit from the tartan trendsetters at Scotland Shop. They're here to help us answer one very swirly question. What should you wear for a Scottish celebration? Let's find out.
Well, rules, there are no rules. You can wear whatever you like. It depends on the formality of the occasion and also perhaps your host has set a dress code.
No rules? You mean I can wear my tartan bow tie and my glittery socks? This is the best day ever.
The great kilts of the 18th century can also be described as a belted plaid. That's what Toby's going to demonstrate for us now, where a long piece of fabric is held together by a belt of some kind. If you want to make your own, you'll need about 8 yards of fabric. The fabric is basically hand pleated, wrapped over the shoulder and fastened with the belt each time it's worn. Though this may seem like a lot of work for modern day kilt wearers, this also allowed the kilt to be transformed to include a hood against the lovely Scottish weather or a blanket to sleep under.
So it's basically a blanket, a cape and a tent rolled into one? Yes, please. Do unicorn kilts come with glitter?
And if it's a full formal event, a black tie event, then you're going to want to wear the full kilt outfit with a Prince Charlie jacket and waistcoat. This is what Toby's wearing.
Ooh la la, Prince Charlie, that sounds like fashion royalty. Does it come with extra sparkle?
So one of the first pieces of accessories is the sporran. Great bit of kit. What I'm wearing here is a formal sporran, okay? Now in the days gone by, what you'd store in your sporran would have been your lunch, would have been your weapons, would have been any number of things. But modern day times, what do we keep in it? A mobile phone, car keys.
A snack pocket, my dream come true.
Next we've got the kilt pin. Now many people think the kilt pin's there to literally pin the kilt shut. It's not, as you can see here. It sits and serves as a weight on the corner of the fabric.
Can I tell the story of Queen Victoria? So Queen Victoria was in Edinburgh and she noticed that some of her soldiers in the front row, that one of them, his kilt was blowing up. So she took the brooch from her jacket and she pinned it to the gentleman's kilt to hold his kilt down, and that is supposedly where the kilt pin began.
Exactly.
Her Majesty Queen of Kindness and Fashion Fixes. I love how these stories contribute to the history of kilt wearing.
So then we move on to the sgian dubh, everyone's favourite accessory. Small knife sits in the right hand sock. Now this dates back from when we carried it there, but when we went to our friend's house to show we were unarmed, in the same way that's the reason we shake hands to show we're not carrying our sword. For these purposes, for the sgian dubh, we take it out and it sits in our right sock. So it's still there in case it gets a bit sketchy, but it means it's on show and we're safe.
Whoa! Mind blown. So when people shook hands, it wasn't just to say hello. It was like, look, no sword here.
So moving down the outfit, you can wear kilt flashes. But what are the kilt flashes for? Well, they're totally functional, because in the old days when they used to run around in the Highlands, it was to hold your socks up. So it would be a long piece of ribbon tied tight and the ends would hang down, and that's now been replicated with the flashes you see today. But the flashes also had another reason. If you wore your flashes on show, that meant it was a sign of your marital status. That meant that you were available. So Toby, if you're out on the pool tonight, then you've got to have your flashes on show. If you were a married man, then you kept your flashes hidden, tucked into your sock.
That's genius. Don't forget to download the Kilt Activity Package for the Kilt episodes. ScotlandInTheClass.com, Scotland in Our Backyard. So, what did we learn today, magical friends? Kilts aren't just clothes, they're full of history, stories and meaning. Every pleat, every pin and every pattern tells us something about where someone came from, what they believed in and how they lived. Anything else you want to tell us about kilt wearing?
So please have fun with your tartan. Don't worry about the rules. Don't worry about how you should cook the neeps and tatties. It's all about enjoying the Scottish history and the traditions. And we hope this video helped you to do that.
Ah yes, the neeps and tatties. In Scotland, that's just a super fun way to say mashed turnips and potatoes. But don't worry, you won't need a recipe today. And if that made your tummy rumble or your brain bubble with questions like, what else do people eat in Scotland? Well, you're not alone. We've got so much more to explore. But here's the thing. Making these magical videos takes time, stories and sparkle. So if you've loved learning with me and our amazing friends, you can help us keep the adventure going. With an adult's help, you can visit our online shop or even make a donation to support more Scottish stories, songs and swirls. All the links are just below this video. Thanks Scotland Shop, and thanks to you for being part of our swirly, sparkly journey through the world of kilts. This video is part of our Scotland in Our Backyard series, supported in part by North Carolina Humanities, a state affiliate of the National Endowment for the Humanities. Lots of families from Scotland came right here to North Carolina long ago, bringing their traditions with them, like tartan, storytelling and celebrations. Until next time, stay curious and keep your flashes fabulous.